It's leg day, baby. I'm making my Warlord Titan some big, beautiful chicken legs. Plus later I try to redeem myself from the previous casting failures. Will I succeed? Let's find out. Okay, first up is actual leg time. Got these nicely detailed orange juice lids,
Blop,
but
bloop, bloop.
I need some highly posable ankles. And we all know ankles are stored in the balls. For the shins, I have these round plastic tubes, which are from some kind of kid's building toy that I saved from the dumpster when I worked at a toy store. Look at that sweet pivot point. The Warlord has these weird forward projected knees, so I use a bit of this epic exercise belt to send that joint ahead. I might use this round thing as a knee, so I need to widen the opening on the knee joint holder zone. Perfect. Get out of here, extra tube bit. Flawless alignment made possible by this seam line. Challenging plastics to glue? No problem. Simply hit it with the mini drill and thread some wire in there. Roughing up that surface with the file helps too. And the lower legs are done. I have these water filter bottle cap type things which have a good scale and detail level to be the hip joint. I have 4 of them, so I make 2 sets of 2. A bit of fatification with this neat sprinkler piece. Just gotta chop out this odd rubbery bit. Oh, shame. Look at that nice rivet detail. Anyway, bye. Tragically prune the hip and join that in. Thighs will be achieved via this very detailed toy chunk. No idea what it's from. Let me know if you recognize it. I trim away some elements to make it sit flush against the hip joint. Whoa, perfect fit. Mega version of a Tinker Toy disc as a knee. Ooh, this might be a difficult connection to glue.
Thank you, son.
Lost my Robertson screwdriver, so we pliers this into place and then line everything up. There we go. Very secure indeed. I need some full and thick thighs. Naturally, some VHS flaps will do the trick. Then I have this Playmobil flap from a spaceship of some sort. With a minor adjustment, it can cover up the hamstring zone. With that in place, it was simply a matter of pruning additional VHS plastics to form the rest of the leg shape. This Playmobil bit fits nicely over the knee for a bit of detailing. Now I need some kinda armor panel. Got these space shuttle flaps, probably Fisher-Price, sorry toy enthusiasts. All I needed to do was remove the extremely sticky and greasy hinge parts before easily trimming it with these epic snips. Yeah, what the heck? This has got to be the toughest plastic known to humankind. Anyway, I finally cut that away and bam, neat armor piece. We'll come back to that later. Maybe. Not wanting to waste any momentum, I start making the middle body pivoting area above the hips. Split building toy round bit bulked out with a coffee lid for appropriate width. Then some epic and guilty OJ lids as the ball joint basis. Plastic Easter egg shells for the roundness. Yep, that seems good.
Blop, bloop, bloop, subscribe.
My gut says these toes are a bit too small, so let's bulk them out with some interesting and carefully pruned Mega Bloks angled bits. Yes, these are Mega Bloks. Look, there's no Lego logo. The joint might also be a bit dinky, so let's snap it off and hey, some hidden rubber from the first foot episode. Anyway, let's fill that in with Mega Bloks and some modeling goop. A mega chunky barrel will serve as the new joint. If the big toe is getting a makeover, then so should the mini toe. A plastic disc to fill in this gap here, and then an interesting robo-lizard component to lengthen it out. Gloop some goop in and around any openings, and then wait for it to dry. Okay, what about the shin to toe piston thingies? These bits look to have a Sigma themed set of curves. Ooh, maybe it can even have like a slidey adjustable length thing going on. Behind the windshield, I add some transformer piece and a bit of a Kinder Surprise car.
Look out, Americans.
Fill in gaps, obviously, and then attach it. I don't know where this white piece is from, but look how Sigma it is. Whoa, check this out. I will use this bionicle foot thing to slide along this Mega Bloks piece on the shin. See? Mega Bloks are perfectly compatible with Lego, so they're not garbage. Are they? I goop on that Lego to hide the Technic holes. Every armor panel needs to be detailed using rivets, and I went big brain on the Sigma Pattern head and just didn't use that many rivets, making it an easy theme to follow. As always, I use my trusted technique of dabbing on the super glue and sliding the rivet into place. 100% guaranteed best results. Get that windshield thing riveted up, then this Sigma panel with its cool stripe. So the rivets are good and everything, but what about texture? What about Tamiya texture? From Japan. In putty form. Glop out the putty and make it liquidy with plastic cement. Then we get to stippling. Anyone can use this method, just make sure you're in a well-ventilated room since the putty smells so good you might forget to not breathe a lot of it. Once I'm satisfied with the putty stipple, it simply must be sanded. This is how I achieve epic metal chonk texture. I didn't invent this method. Leave a comment if you know the lore about the inspiration. I have now made 1 of each of these bits, which I will need 8 of. Last time I was not entirely perfect in my mold making approach and results. They were big and scary and bad, but luckily I made a brand new friend that I've never met or spoken to before named Robert Toblerone. I watched some of his next level casting on YouTube for a bit and saw he uses cups, so I will do that too. I attach some random lids to each bit and even tuck in a little bit of wire to act as a vent or sprue or something. Look, you really gotta watch Robert to understand. Oh, I even used some sprue for real here. Okay, each piece gets a cup, then it's rubber time. I got this slightly better quality kit to make things easier and hey wait, what? 10:1? How am I supposed to measure that?
Scales.
I quickly invent this scale and get to work. Check out that rubber, nice and liquidy. Measure a cup, then measure the yellow juice, and then 10 times the white rubber until you have a cursed cream egg filling. Mix it thoroughly into a super thick eggnog and then pour it in a narrow stream into the bottom of the cup. It's narrow in the hopes of breaking bubbles, and rising up from the bottom it's less likely to catch air. This rubber was chosen specifically to bond with Umu since I have a ton of mold chunks made from that for some reason. I loaded in these chunkies because I've been led to believe that it's a good idea. And it really is. It saves rubber. Okay, after a certain amount of time, the rubber's cured and I can free it from the cup cocoon. Then it is simply a matter of slicing at the mold until the original part comes free. I use a zigzag type cup because I was told to do so. Okay, the piece is out, now it's time for a test pour. I use a part of that cup as a thing to hold the mold together instead of elastics. Got some resin here, tint it up, mix, and then pour as fast as you can. Yes, the top looks a little foamy, but the rest of the cast is acceptable. Check it out, no distortion of the dimensions and only a few bubbles on the bottom. Great success. Now, 31 pours later and I have these. Yay! Look at the inconsistent coloring of that resin. Some minor patch jobs, I guess, and then maybe I can get some paint on there just to
Hey, have you heard of Patreon?
It's a great way to support the channel, or now you can simply join the channel on YouTube with membership. Unify the surface and see how this whole thing goes together. Wow, nice. I had a few options for the shin and lower leg armor. Do you think I should have a separate kneecap? Or should I have a larger shin piece that comes up and over the knee, kind of like some old Space Marine armor varieties? Leave me a comment and let me know. I think I'm leaning towards the kneecap, but let me know what you think. Thank you for consuming the latest in the saga of this, the greatest Titan, and by extension channel, on YouTube. I'll see you in the